The Cubs win today's ball game 19-2 after two walk-off losses on Friday and Saturday. On today's episode, we'll talk about the loss of Dansby Swanson, some September call-ups, who should be taking the ninth inning for the Cubs and Craig's circle of trust, and previewing this upcoming Arizona series. Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of the Cubs Line Podcast. I'm Ryan Dunleavy.
And I'm Ron Zilski.
And today the Cubs with a big win, 19-2, after two heartbreaking losses on Saturday and Friday, both by the walk-off fashion. On Saturday, it was a Randy Arozarena home run, and Friday it was a little bloop single up the middle. This could have been a sweep, but you ended up losing the series 2 out of 3 games. Rye, what are your thoughts on this series and just the big win needed today?
I mean, I saw a post on MLB on Fox, and it was like, Cubs get big win. And then the comments, it was like, what do the Cubs really have to be proud of? And it's true. Like, this is a sweep 9 times out of 10. Like, Friday, you get the clutch home run to tie the game. And then, you don't score in the 10th. I knew they weren't going to score in the 10th, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, after Rammer got out, I'm like, all right, this is no use. And then, bottom of the 10th, you've got 2 outs with Leo Rivas up, a guy who is hitting 130. He has 6 RBIs all season. Just not a guy you should give up a hit to. And what does Zeph do? Floats one right down, puts it on a platter for him, and he rips a single into center field. And that's the ball game. I mean, that one sucked, but you come back Saturday, you're up 4-2, you're rolling. It looks like you're going to get a win. 2 outs, nobody on base. And in the blink of an eye, Randy Arozarena hits a 2-run shot, and you lose the game. I mean, I don't think we've had a more gut-wrenching loss than that this season, honestly.
No, I agree on everything you said. Only fact that I do not think that game was on Ryan Zephyr on Friday. Like, if you're going into the inning, into the bottom of it, and you don't score in the top of it in extra innings, the game's over. Like, that's not on Zephyr. That's on the offense for not putting up a run.
Yeah, I mean, I never said it was on Zephyr. I'm just
I'm
saying.
saying in general.
Yeah, I'm just saying he made a shitty pitch. Like,
Yeah, I get that.
if it's a guy hitting 130, just test him a little. I mean, don't even give him a easy like I'm just saying, don't throw it down the middle, and you're probably going to get the out. But today was nice, but you're only 2 up on Philly now, and if you play like this the rest of the way, you're going to be going to Philly, and you're not coming out of there. So you're going to have to find it. I mean, this roller coaster Cubs team, we've seen it all year, and they got hot again, and it looked like they were never going to go back. And I kept being like, hold on, like they might get cold again. They might get cold again. And here we go. They're 4-6 in their last 10. This series was just awful, and tough Arizona team this week on the West Coast. And I hope that, you don't drop another series, because if you do, you're probably going to be in a spot where you're going to Philly for a playoff series.
Yeah, I agree with that, and you do not want to go to Philly. That's a death trap right there. Wrigley Field is a huge home factor, and if the Cubs go to San Diego, they might not come out of that. Like, Wrigley Field's just special, especially around the playoffs, and if you're going to make the wild card, you're going to have to be playing at Wrigley Field, and that's your best bet of coming out of that and playing Milwaukee.
100%. So we talked about Friday and Saturday. Friday was, I mean, early start, 3-0 in the first inning, and then you blow it, you're down 5-3, able to come back, force the extras, and then lose. And then yesterday they were down 1-0, tied the game, then 2-1, and then 4-2, looking like you're gonna win, and then just a heartbreaking loss. Like, I just nothing else you can say other than just gut wrenching. But we'll get into today's recap here. Cubs win 19-2 to at least salvage a win here in the Seattle series. They improved to 75-56. Seattle drops to 62-69. Top of the first inning, Seiya draws a 1-out walk, but that's all that comes of that. Bottom of the first, Randy Arozarena picking up right where he left off, a leadoff homer, off Shota to make it 1-0. Then Canzone singles, J-Rod flies out, Cal Raleigh strikes out, Naylor keeps the inning alive with a single, and then Wilson flies out. Top of the second inning, Cubs go down 1-2-3. Bottom of the second, Young strikes out, Robles walks, and then he steals second, and then just a throwing error here. Just type of things that can't happen. Robles comes in to score, makes it 2-0. Rivas strikes out, Randy walks, Canzone gets hit by a pitch, and then J-Rod strikes out. Top of the third, Conforto leads off the inning with a homer to make it 2-1. So getting one back for the Cubs here, cutting the lead in half. At least he did something today. Kelly flies out, PCA strikes out, and then with 2 outs, 3 straight walks here. Seiya, he then steals second. Bushy walks, Breggy walks, and then I want to talk a little bit about this at bat here. I know it turned out in a grand slam, but he's walked the last 3 guys, and you swing at the first pitch. Already stupid, right? And the more stupid thing is this ball was not in the strike zone, okay? So you're 0-1. You then take a pitch that, I mean, no one would ever swing at, so that's fine. So counts not 1-1. Second pitch, or third pitch of the AB here. He swings at. Was this a strike, Ryan?
This was
Nope.
not a strike.
This was a
Not even close.
fastball at his neck. So I'm sitting here thinking, why does he have a jersey? I'm literally saying, I'm like, this guy's awful. There's no approach. Like, what has anyone instilled into this man's mind that he should be swinging at the first pitch and then on 1-1 offer? Like, there's just no approach here. He's able to foul off a splitter to keep the AB alive. I mean, this next pitch, I'm thinking, yeah, he's gonna strike out. Like, this inning is over. It's no, I'm just he's not getting a hit. Well, he swings at another ball, but luckily he puts this one out, hits the foul pole. It's a grand slam, free and Hap. Tip the cap to him, but let's have a better approach next time. So the Cubs go up 5-2. Ian Happ off the foul pole. I mean, Rob, were you thinking the same thing when he swung at that first pitch?
I thought he was striking out, if I'm going to be completely honest. I'm like, well, here goes Ian Happ again. And then, I mean, why are you not taking – he didn't see one strike in this at bat. So that was pretty unreal to me. I mean, it's a big swing, but not the ideal at bat.
100%. He didn't see one. Okay, they've walked the last 3 guys. There's 2 out. Like, you should not be trying to play hero ball. There's 2 outs. You can't swing at some bullshit and roll it over. Like, there just has to be a better approach here. He didn't see one strike this entire AB. I'm thankful he hit the grand slam, and obviously, if he gets out, they still win this game. What, 15-2? But yeah, there's got to be a better approach here. So the Cubs grounds into a fielder's choice. Naylor out at second, but he's able to beat it out. Raleigh goes over to third. Wilson then gets to second on a wild pitch, so second and third. He gets Young to pop up, and then he gets Robles to fly out. So good job there from Savali to get out of damage, because I mean, he gives up a base hit. It's once again a 1-run game, and you're in another fight. So top of the fourth, Cubs go down 1-2-3. Bottom of the fourth, the Mariners go down 1-2-3. Top of the fifth, PCA leads off with a walk, and then he steals second. Sale walks and Bush walks. Miller had a very, very tough time with walks here. And then Breggy able to beat out a double play to make it 6-2. Happer then gets hit by a pitch. This one looked like a wild pitch, but then they said it hit his foot. And then Nico grounds into a double play. This was like a swinging bunt, kind of. And then, or no, it wasn't. I think he grounded to short?
Yeah.
Yeah, he grounded to short. They threw home, got the out, and then Raleigh. Pretty smart play here. He noticed that Breggy did not get a good jump at all. He throws to third, gets the force. Originally called safe, but the Mariners challenged and it was overturned. Bottom of the fifth, Mariners go down 1-2-3. Top of the sixth, Rammer leads off with a single, and then Tyrone Taylor hits for Conforto. He reaches on an infield single. A lot of Tyrone Taylor infield singles. I mean, just put the ball in play and good things will happen. Then Carson Kelly grounds into a double play, and then PCA reaches on an infield single here, able to just beat it out. I mean, no chance. PCA just too fast. Even if he fielded this cleanly, I know it was kind of bobbled, but even if he fielded this cleanly, he had no chance. So speed kills for PCA. Cubs go up 7-2. Bottom of the sixth, Wilson with a leadoff single. Young fouls out. Robles grounds out, and then Rivas grounds out. Top of the seventh, Cubs go down 1-2-3. Bottom of the seventh, Mariners go down 1-2-3. And then the top of the seventh, big inning here from the Cubs bats. Nico leads off with a single. Rammer beats out a double play. Taylor then strikes out. So think about this. You have 2 outs with no runs home, and I believe, one on, right? Yeah, one on base. This is how you hit the ball. Carson Kelly reaches on an infield single, gets a run home. PCA with a 2-run shot, just nailing the coffin. I think this was like 110 off the bat, something like that. Uh, Seiya singles, Bushy gets hit by a pitch, and then Bushy gets hit, wild pitch gets them to second and third. Breggy walks, Hap walks to make it 11-2, and then where am I at here? Oh shoot. And then Arias reaches on an infield single, makes it 12-2. Bushy comes in to score. Hap gets the second, and Breggy goes to third. And then Rammer, big grand slam here. He needs this one. He hasn't. I'm surprised he hasn't hit more home runs. Honestly, he has the power, but um, good to see him hit. Good to see him get one out here. So second grand slam of the day for the Cubs makes it 16-2. Tyrone Taylor with a single, and then Kelly fouls out to end the big inning. I mean, how happy were you to see just two out with one guy on base, and then without getting it out, the Cubs put up nine.
Yeah, it might have been the best Cubs hitting inning of the year. I mean, that was just unreal, and good things happen when you put the ball in play.
Yeah, exactly. We always say that. Just put the ball in play. Bottom of the eighth inning, Mariners go down 1-2-3. Top of the ninth, Alcantara leads off with a single, Seiya singles, Bushy singles, and then Breggy with a sac fly makes it 17-2. Hap singles, and then Arias grounds into a fielder's choice to short. He beat the double play out to make it 18-2, and then Rammer singles to make it 19-2. Taylor then flies out. Bottom of the ninth, Mr. Lights Out closer, Carson Kelly, comes in. Young lines out, Robles singles, Rivas flies out, and then Rosarena grounds out to end the game. So, lot of offense here from the Cubbies today. 19-2 win. I mean, Ryan, what are your thoughts?
Just a really needed win. You got to carry this momentum into Arizona because you got another big series there against a hungry Arizona team who's 2 games out of a wild card spot right now.
Yeah, so I mean, again, disappointing series, but at least you get the win today. We'll get into the pitching here. Shota, pretty rough start. 2 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. One of them was earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. He threw 72 pitches, 41 of them for strikes. He's now at a 3.78 ERA. Uh, Aaron Savali goes 4 innings, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. He threw 49 pitches, 32 of them for strikes. He's at a 4.66 ERA. Um, Thornton goes in for an inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, had a strikeout. He only threw 8 pitches, 6 of them for strikes. He's at a 2.38 ERA. Thielbar goes in for an inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, a strikeout. He threw 8 pitches, 7 of them for strikes. He's not a 5.22 ERA. And then Mr. Cy Young candidate himself, Carson Kelly, an inning, a hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. He threw 12 pitches, 8 of them for strikes. Look at that strike to ball ratio, and he's now at a 6 ERA. So player of the game here, I mean, could be given out to a lot of people, but I'm gonna go here with Pedro Ramirez. I mean, a grand slam, couple RBIs. He had what, 5 RBIs today. Pretty
Yeah.
needed for him. So, Ryan, what do you got for player of the game?
I'm gonna go with Aaron Savali. 4 innings, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, good to see him, doing well because he kind of did the same thing last year. I feel just good with damage control.
That's so underrated. I mean, he has a
Yeah,
1.8 ERA as a Cub.
yeah. I mean,
20
to
innings. No one's talking about that.
Yeah, to back up Shota, like he had a really rough outing today. Like I know he only gave up 2 runs, but like just how it was looking, able to come in and just shut that down. Like good for him, and he's been really good and he's done his job.
Really nice move by Jed for the past 2 years getting Savali.
Yeah. So with Dansby being out, I mean we know Rammer's gonna have to step up like he did today. But like Dansby, he was just such a leader in the locker room. Like I know he's still there, but it's just a difference when he's not on the field.
He
Like
actually is not traveling with them right now. He stayed back in Chicago.
or no. What I meant was he's still like when they're at home, he's there.
Yes,
I
yeah.
mean, obviously, when the guys are injured, they're not traveling. But I meant like when it's different when they're not traveling; they're just at home in the locker room. But just like how, I mean, he's been gone for what, a week now. I think a week from a week, yeah. So I mean, just how big is this loss, and how does it just shape up things for this final month here?
I think people don't realize how big the loss of Dansby Swanson is. Just the defensively wise. He was the MVP of that wild card series last year, And even though he's an average bat and sometimes a liability, like his defense is that good. And Pedro Ramirez, I'm not gonna lie, he's having a little bit of a tough time adjusting to his everyday role. In his last 7 games, he's hitting 214 with 7 strikeouts. He's striking out 1/4 of his at bats when he's been known all he does is just put the ball in play and put the ball in play hard. So definitely not what you want to see from Ramirez. He's in 240 in his last 15. He's starting to come down to earth now that pitchers are starting to figure him out. So if Ramirez can get the bat back going and use this game to really feed off, that would be huge. But just Pedro Ramirez is getting like a taste of playing every day, and hopefully he can start to adapt to that more. And hopefully Dansby Swanson can get back quick. And Nico has done a good job filling in at shortstop. He's in 230, or excuse me, 333 in his last 7 games, and he's played good defense at shortstop as well. So he's holding it down. So hopefully, just Pedro Ramirez can start to adjust to an everyday role more.
Yes, I mean, I feel like we all knew that Nico was going to have no problem, just a more step up role with Ramirez. But yeah, you're right. Nico has done a great job. He's hit great. He's played great defense. We all knew that was going to happen, but Ramirez been struggling a little bit. Good to see him have that good day to day, though.
Yeah, agreed. That was a big swing from him. Even it was against a position player, Grand Slam's a Grand Slam, and he looked good today. So glad to see that out of Pedro Ramirez.
Yeah. So the outfield situation. How do you play it with Tyrone Taylor, Kevin Alcantara, and Michael Conforto, like those kind of guys? Like, how are you going to fill them in here for the final stretch?
Honestly, Tyrone Taylor has been really good, and people aren't talking about it. Rye, without seeing it, take a guess what Tyrone Taylor's hitting as a Cub.
I mean, probably around like 250.
Tyrone Taylor as a Cubs hitting 321.
That's why. I mean, it doesn't even seem like that. Like, but like I said before, like just the amount of like infield singles this guy's legged out. Like I know he had the double against the Sox in the Sun or in the last game of the series. Like he stepped up.
Yeah, so I think versus left-handed pitchers, Tyrone Taylor or Kevin Alcantara, one of them needs to until Dansby comes back at least. One of them needs to be in left field. The other one needs to be DHing because we've seen a lot of good signs from Kevin Alcantara as well. He's starting to heat up. He had a nice sac fly in the game yesterday, even though they lost, and he's hitting 250 in his last 7, 278 in his last 15. So he's been good as of late. So I want to see some more from Kevin Alcantara. So I think one of them's in left field, preferably Taylor because he's a better defender, and then Alcantara DHs versus lefties. And then you have Hap off the bench and Conforto off the bench, and then versus righty, or excuse me, yes, versus righties. Ian Haps in the left field, and then at that DH spot, I mean, you kind of got to go Conforto for now, but I'm not a big fan of it because he has not been playing well as of late, even though he hit that homer today. He's only hitting 220 on the season, which isn't bad for a rental, but you almost need to find a better guy versus righties than Conforto.
Yeah, I agree. Conforto's just a way better pinch hitter than a starter. Like it's just night and day different.
Yes, 100%. Conforto is a way better pinch hitter, and I just don't think you should be starting him unless it's against a right-handed pitcher. And when Dansby comes back, I would say Ramirez is your DH versus righties, and Dansby's at short, and then versus lefties, I would still say Alcantara and Taylor. But when it comes to the playoffs, I would still probably play Ian Happ due to the experience.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, longest tenured he's had. I mean, the 2017, 2018, 2020. Like he's been in all those. So, um, last thing here, who do you think like with Danny coming back?
With him,
Danny, what?
with him back.
Well, yeah, I mean he's back now, coming back. Danny or Jacob Webb as your closer, and then also to add on, like who do you think is in that circle of trust?
I would still, even after the game yesterday, I'd say Jacob Webb. I mean, before yesterday, he went 23 innings without giving up a run. I'm still confident in Jacob Webb. He had one bad outing. I think Palencia is definitely your eighth inning man. If Webb slips up one more time, it's Danny P's role. But as of right now, I'd go Jacob Webb. I'd go Palencia as your eighth inning man. As far as the circle of trust, I would definitely go Ryan Rollison. He's been nails. I think he's your best lefty out of the pen right now. Zephyr John, I would not put in the circle of trust. Thornton, I would say he is in your circle of trust. He's been pretty solid. Fieldbar, no. Colin Ray, no. Um, and then Aaron Savali, no. So my real circle of trust right now is Rolison, Thornton, Palencia, and Jacob Webb. What about you?
I agree with that. I mean, Danny P looked really good on Friday. Um, I mean, he was lights out, and then I do agree with you though. I mean, Jacob Webb one bad outing, but like if he slips up, and I mean, we still got a month to go. Like a lot of things are still going to change, but if it's looking like Danny P's the better man for it, they're going to give him the job. But if it looks like Jacob Webb's holding it down, they're going to give it to him. So, but I agree with you with that. The four guys that you trust. I mean, Savali's been good, but I don't think I put him in high leverage. Right now, maybe they will later, but I wouldn't put him in that situation right now.
Yeah, neither him or Colin Ray, and I mean, I do see why they're sending Assad down because both guys have more experience, and you want to see Assad get the reps in AAA as he is younger, but definitely a candidate for a September call up. Excuse me, Javier Assad, and with Ben Brown throwing bullpens now, Justin Steele throwing bullpens now, you could definitely see those two guys returning soon.
Yeah,
And as
100%.
far as Edward Cabrera, I shut him down for the rest of the year. There's really no point of bringing him back unless you're throwing him in a garbage game when nothing matters and you just need someone to eat a start.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, he's got no fit right now. I mean, he was out for a while. What looked really good in his rehab came back, was bad again, and he's back on the IL. Like, unless you're just throwing him out there, like you said, in garbage time, you don't need him.
No.
So we'll jump in here to the Diamondbacks preview. It's an 8:40 tomorrow, 8:40 on what would that be, Tuesday, and then a 2:40 on Wednesday. 3-game series here. Cubs badly need a series here. You've got Philly playing lights out. They've won 9 in a row. They're playing Seattle. Um, I mean, I'm worried that you're gonna find yourself, tied with them, right? Tied with them after this, but you got the tiebreaker, which is huge. Beat them up early in the year when they were struggling, but it's a whole new Phillies team now, and you got to come away with at least 2 wins in this series. Would you agree?
Yeah, it's got to be 2 out of 300%.
Yeah. So tomorrow, 8:40 start. It's going to be Kevin Gausman against Merrill Kelly. Gosman coming off that thumb cramp against the White Sox this year. He's 6-11 with a 4.58 ERA. He's thrown 143 innings, given up 146 hits, 143 strikeouts, 40 walks, and 18 homers. Merrill Kelly is 8-11 with a 5.37 ERA, 129 innings. He's given up 139 hits, 84 strikeouts, 57 walks, 26 homers. Would you think that the Cubs should win tomorrow?
100%. I think it's a very winnable game. As long as you get a good start out of Ghazi, and I think Merrill Kelly is very hittable.
I agree. Kelly has just trended down this year. I think you definitely should win. And then you got Clay Holmes versus Brandon Pavot on Tuesday. Clay Holmes 5-6 with a 2.49 ERA, only thrown 68 innings, giving up 53 hits, 50 strikeouts, 23 walks, and 4 homers. And then Pavot 7-1 with a 3.39 ERA. He's thrown 98 innings, 88 strikeouts, 88 hits, 69 strikeouts, 24 walks, and 11 homers. This one, I think you should win as well. Pavat's a pretty good pitcher, but you got Clay Holmes. He's had the moment. I mean, he's had 2 back-to-back really good starts. Winnable game here. And then on Wednesday, 2:40 start, Matthew Boyd versus Eduardo Rodriguez. Matthew Boyd 8-2 with a 4.15 ERA. The past 2 starts, I mean, he was coming into his St. Louis start, he had like a 3.3 ERA or something, like 3.5, and now he's at a 4.15. He's coming off 2 pretty rough starts, so hopefully this is his get right outing. That's what we hope. He's thrown 91 innings, 85 hits, 71 strikeouts, 28 walks, and 14 homers. Rodriguez is 13-4 with a 2.61 ERA, 155 innings, 138 hits, 110 strikeouts, 49 walks, and 14 homers. This one does worry me a little bit. I think if there's a game that I can like stamp in a loss, obviously I don't want to, but like it's probably this one. So you got to get these next 2 because Wednesday's going to be a battle. But Rye, what are your keys and predictions for this series?
Yeah, you're right about that one. Wednesday is definitely gonna be the toughest one. Just best pitcher you're gonna see. Um, Got to get these Arizona pitchers out of the game early because they don't have the strongest bullpen. Definitely a tough field to play at, just the weird dimensions and everything. So it's going to be easier to keep the ball in the ballpark. So this is going to be nice for a guy like Kevin Godman who does work fly balls. So keys, just this Arizona team is gritty and they stay in games. They're not the most talented team, but they're gritty and they stay in games. So make sure to get a good kind of run lead. And the bats definitely got to wake up, and you're going to need good starts out of those three. And Clay Holmes' day must be a win because just the way he's been throwing the ball, the bats haven't been backing him up.
Yeah, the Clay Day. Ooh, I like that. We might have to use that. Clay
Yeah,
Day.
like that.
The Clay Day must win. You got to win that game, and then I mean, God, hopefully you can win tomorrow too. But we'll take a look around the MLB here.
I got it
Who
pulled up if you
you
want me to
got it?
do it.
All right, beautiful. You
Well,
take it away.
White Sox beat the Mets 2-1 on a Tristan Peters walk-off bomb. The Rays beat the Orioles 3-1. Nick Martinez gem. The Phillies beat the Cardinals 6-4. Kyle Schwarber with a walk-off bomb as they score all 6 runs in the ninth inning. The Yankees beat the Blue Jays 8-3 as Jazz Chisholm and Trent Grisham with home runs in that one. The Marlins beat the Nationals 6-2. The Marlins put up 2 runs in the fifth and the sixth inning, and that would be enough for a win. The Royals beat the Tigers 11-7. Nick Lofton with a 3-run bomb in that one. The Athletics beat the Astros 7-6. Max Muncy with a homer in that one. The Rangers beat the Angels 5-3. Cal Quantrill with a nice start. He's now at a 2.9 ERA. He's having a very underrated season. The Guardians beat the Rockies 7-2. Chase the Lauder with 2 triples in that one. The Red Sox beat the Giants 5-4 and get a series W. The Dodgers beat the Pirates 4-0. Blake Snell threw a gem in this one. The Padres beat the Twins 8-1. Fernando Tatis with 2 home runs in this one. The D-backs beat the Reds 5-3. The D-backs scored 4 runs in the seventh inning to make a comeback and win this one. And then the Little League Classic, today. The Braves took down the Brewers 4-2. So the Cubs are now 6 games back in the division. So now we'll play some MLB Pickle Rye. Who do you want to start with?
Let's go, Rammer. Big day today.
Yeah, I like that. Alrighty, Pedro Ramirez. Here we go. Ooh. All right, NL. I think a righty. Not in the NL Central.
Not in the NL Central.
No.
Uh,
We'll go Max Muncy because it could be a lefty-righty. I'm not sure. It's just because he's a switchy. We didn't get it. All right, not lefty-righty from the USA. Not in the NL West, so AL Central. I'm gonna go Tristan Peters. In the AL Central, lefty-righty. Ooh. Let's go Brooks Lee from the Twins. Even though he's a switchy. All right, on Minnesota, lefty-righty.
Minnesota, lefty-righty.
Let's go Joe Ryan. Just see if it's a starting pitcher.
Yeah.
Even though he is a righty-righty. Not a starting pitcher. He's 30 years old, though. So not a second base, third base, center field, third base. Their catcher is Ryan Jeffers. First base is Josh Bell, but he's a switchy. Buxton's righty-righty, I know. Luke Kershaw might be a lefty-righty. I'll check on that. I doubt he's 30. No, he's not 30. And he's a righty-righty.
I'm trying to.
Cody Clemens, I know, is a lefty-righty. Maybe we could try him. Yep, and that is your MLB pickle of the day, Cody Clemens. I thought Cody Clemens was a switchy, so it was getting me confused, but we did good. All right, immaculate grid, no help today. All match teams. So Phillies and Astros. Phillies, Blue Jays, Phillies, Guardian. Yeah, I don't really know how many of these we can get. I might just see.
Tap. Yeah.
Roy Oswald for Phillies and Astros. Roy Halladay for Phillies and Blue Jays. Jim Thome for Phillies and Guardians. Randy Johnson for Arizona and Houston. Max Scherzer for Arizona and the Blue Jays. Matt Williams for Arizona and the Guardians. Trey Mancini for Baltimore and Houston. Roberto Alomar for Houston and Toronto. And then Albert Bell for, Baltimore and Cleveland. Thank you guys for tuning into today's episode. Big series for the Cubs this week. Signing off, Ryan Dunleavy.
Ryan Zlonski.
See you guys next episode.